I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul.
Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. We're coming to you guys in a very cozy location. Got a special guest with me today, Cameron. If you're new to the channel, this is Cameron.
Hi, how you guys doing? I know it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's alright though.
That's okay. So we don't know how to act when we're together. Real quick, this is bothering me, seeing the nugget tag. But hey guys, we've owed you. We've owed you this video for what, months now?
Yeah, quite some time.
And it's here. This is our catch-all video of where have we been for the past year. Where did 2021 go? The last time we talked to you guys, like, we were telling you our plans of like, oh, I'm moving to the East Coast. This is happening. This is what's going on. We were supposed to record all these videos. We were supposed to record the move. We were supposed to record the new house. So many videos were supposed to be recorded that were never recorded because last year was chaotic. Like,
crazy. 2020
was so much better than 2021. Like 2021 could get its tail beat any day of the week. We don't like it. Let's just say, so after our last video where we told you guys like what was going on, literally Cameron, if you don't know, is in the Air Force. And if you're familiar with the military lifestyle, we all know you hurry up to wait, right?
Yep.
And so he never got his hard copy orders, and because he didn't get his hard copy orders, he wasn't able to schedule TMO. So we had to move ourselves.
Yeah.
To Delaware.
Crazy.
Which was fine. It wasn't like, that wasn't the bad part. That was actually like probably the easiest part. We ended up finding this company called U-Pack where you literally just fill up the truck yourself. They drive it across country for you and then you unload it yourself. So we did use that company, and that really wasn't a bad process at all. So I went to Lowe's and Amazon and all this other stuff, and I bought boxes and I packed everything up. My best friend, I was grateful that he was able to fly all the way to Wyoming from Georgia to help us move.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him. You know, it was really nice. And he actually drove across country with us, and it was a 27-hour drive. So imagine, like, you have to be a really good friend to get in a car with your friend, her husband, and her 2 kids, and drive 27 hours. And that trip was just, I don't know. I drove majority of the time, which I normally drive. But we, stopped maybe 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 hours.
Very, very minimal. You just try to stay on the road as much as you can so you can hurry up and get here. So
all the adults irritated. Well, like we got a hotel outside of the outskirts of Chicago, and we were gonna stay the night there. So we stopped, we got food, we showered, we tried to go to sleep. My oldest would not go to sleep. So at that point I was just like, I just need to get back on the road. So we just got back on the road.
Maybe like 4 hours?
Yeah. So we stopped longer than 2 hours. They had some, what was it? What y'all have? It was like chicken wings?
Yeah, it was like a little local like wing stop place over there. So we went there and got some like fries and wings. It was actually pretty good for the area. And then we pretty much ate that, tried to go to sleep on a full stomach, and literally couldn't go to sleep. We were just ready to get back on the road. So we were there maybe, like I said, 4 to 5 hours was max.
What did I eat? I don't even know what I ate.
I
don't know what I ate because I didn't even eat there. I ate something else. No, I ate there. I ate with the kids. I don't remember what I ate. I just know like I went to shower.
Was it Taco Bell?
I freaking love showering, so I just had to shower. I think it was Taco Bell. It probably was Taco Bell.
I think they got Taco Bell, and then I was like, I don't want Taco Bell. I want some wings. And then she did end up eating some of my wings. I was like, oh my god.
I regret not getting the wings.
Yeah.
And so We did that. We stopped for a very brief moment of time, and then we continued driving, and we had stopped in this place in Delaware called Newark. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, like, I apologize. But we stopped in Newark, and we got Chick-fil-A, and we did like some light shopping because me and my best friend, we were gonna go shopping on Sunday, but we were like, since we're already driving through that area, we might as well stop and see if it's even worth making the drive back up here, because we wanted to go to HomeSense and Home Goods. Like, I've never been to a HomeSense. If you don't know what a HomeSense is, it's very similar to Home Goods and TJ Maxx. It is owned by the same company. But it's like more of like a Northeast thing. And they really just have furniture there. They have more bigger items versus Home Goods that also sells smaller items. I mean, HomeSense has smaller items as well, but you're more likely to find like lamps there, actual big sectionals,
more
dining tables, stuff. Yeah. And then they usually have like multiples of things, where like at a Home Goods you only find like one of that furniture item.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is connected to TJ Maxx, isn't it?
It's like right next door.
Just like right next door. Okay, yeah, sure.
There's actually it's really nice. If you've ever been there, there's a Marshalls and a Home Goods that are connected, and then right next door there's a HomeSense that is right there. So yeah, so we went there, and then we were supposed to move on base last year, at the beginning of last year, okay? Just remember that for later on in the video. And literally right before we were supposed to leave, I want to say like a day or two, probably before we were supposed to leave and get on the road, a lady reached out to me on Facebook who was living in our house that we were supposed to move into. And she told me that the house was contaminated with mold, and it had mold like above the oven and stuff. And so me being Alexis, I freaked out, and I was like, oh no, we can't do that. So we had to find a rental very quickly. So me and my best friend, we got on the internet and we searched and we searched and we searched. And we found this rental, literally messaged the lady. She allowed me to sign the lease. She sent me some photos. So everything was like sight unseen. I signed a lease, sent her a deposit through Venmo. Not probably my strongest like moment, because like obviously it could have been a scam. And like literally, I kid you guys not, the whole time we were going in the road trip, I was like, what if this is a scam? What if this is a scam? Like, you can literally ask.
You're just panicking your head's on pretty
because
much.
that's just me. Like, everyone thinks like I'm a decision maker, but I'm not, because when I make decisions, I make them so rash because like I overthink things, and then I'm like, oh my god, we gotta figure out something right now.
Right.
And then I always like regret the decision because I always make it so quickly. So usually I let Cameron make the decisions because he's always really calm at making decisions versus me, who is not. And so we finally got to Delaware, like the part of Delaware where we live in, and we got to the hotel, and literally as he was checking into the hotel that we were going to be staying in for like 3 days, the landlord texted me. She was like, oh, I can meet you at the house. Mind you, we were in the car for already 27 hours. We had drove by the house when we got here before we went to the hotel. So we dropped my best friend off at the hotel. Then me, Cameron, and the kids went back to the rental and got the keys. I was very tired, obviously. So we did like a quick walkthrough with her, and I could already tell from like the quick walkthrough that we did that the house was dirty, but not as dirty as I thought it was. So after we went and we got cleaning supplies, and we got like towels and all that stuff, so that way we could have it the next day, and the next day we could just worry about cleaning. Well, the next day, my best friend, we took him to the house, and oh my gosh, we found so much stuff wrong with the house. Like, so much. We had to paint the whole downstairs almost because it was like mismatch. The floors, I have a crosswave, and we crosswaved them, and the floors were like black.
Like pitch black. So I'm grateful that I thought to like put my crosswave in the car with us. Like, we didn't put it on the moving truck.
What else? Dead birds were in the dryer.
Yeah.
There was cat hair and cat poop on top of the like cabinets. So we spent like 3 days cleaning that house, and we finally got it clean. And then our stuff like arrived late. So my best friend, he had to go home. So he was supposed to help Cameron unload the truck as well, but he wasn't able to do that. So Cameron actually unloaded the truck by himself for the most part because I had to go back to work.
Yep.
And I work from home, thankfully. And so I was able to take breaks and stuff to help him with like the big furniture items into the house. And luckily, like, he didn't have to worry about like our mattress. Well, I guess, yeah, we still had our old mattress, so never mind.
Yeah, we had the old one, but
That one in the guest room. Luckily, we had bought us a new mattress and the kids' new mattresses. So we didn't have that much of like big furniture items, but we still had a lot of stuff that he had to bring into the house. But eventually, like, we got everything unpacked and got everything good. But honestly, we would still be in that house, but we had so many problems with that house and with our landlord. Like, they just weren't, like, she's a really sweet lady. Her husband's very sweet too, but they just weren't, they didn't really care. They were just there to collect a check at the end of the day. And for the amount of money that we were paying for it, it just wasn't worth it. We ended up, like, in the summer, there ended up being mice in the attic. What else? There was just like a lot of things that we would just have problems with, to be honest.
It was a lot of things. If it wasn't big things, like right at the beginning, it was always like little small things. Every time you turn around or every time you come in the house, you're like, oh, what's this? Oh, wow, look at this. Why is this happening? So then we have to always contact them, and then they would be mad that we contacted them, so they had to come fix it, and it was just a whole thing where it's like, they were just there for the money, like she said.
Yeah,
before.
the AC unit like didn't work. The heat was always going out. There was a problem with the gas. I get really bad migraines, and my best friend did like some research, and he was like, I think you're getting the migraines because of the gas in this house. And I kid you guys not, like, I was like having them very frequently, and then as soon as we moved out of that house, I haven't had them really as frequent. I've had them more recently in the past week just because I've cut soda out of my diet. But so yeah, so there was something in that house that was causing me to be sick, and so we, just had to remove ourselves from that situation.
Yeah, had to get out.
Yeah, so that's basically that house and everything. What else happened last year? So at the beginning of last year, after all that happened, my great grandma, she passed away, and so we had to go to her funeral and everything. She's in a better place though now, and she was very sick. So I'm glad that she doesn't have to be in that pain anymore, and she's in a better place. It's not always good to see people who you saw like thriving their whole life to be in like a position like that. I know I wouldn't want to be like that. So she passed away, and then we had her funeral literally the weekend before I had my surgery. And then I had my surgery, and then it was just like a lot of go there. We were like literally going to Virginia, where my parents live, probably like twice a month at the beginning of last year.
We were there a lot.
We were there so much, like between like birthdays and holidays, and just because we were going constantly, so that like took up a lot of our time. And then I decided to go back to school. I finally decided that I no longer wanted to go to med school, and that I actually wanted to pursue a degree in this realm, so telecommunications. And just eventually my goal is to work for the Walt Disney World Company and run their social media and maybe shows and things like that, like work for like Lucasfilms, Marvel Studios, things like that. That's my goal. I feel like that's just where I belong. I went like out back and forth for many years about what I wanted to do, but at the end of the day, like, I love being in the parks, and it's not that I even love being in the parks like to ride the rides or for the food or anything. I love seeing other people's reactions to the park, so I would like to see how people in the parks and at Disney Springs and just even at the movies and stuff react to like what the parks are bringing in. And so I would like to share that content with everyone and also share my experience with everyone. So I feel like that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, and I'd be happy doing that. So I've been going back to school for that. So I've been busy with school, and when I tell you guys I've been busy with school, like I've been taking like anywhere from like 4 to 5 classes a semester.
Yeah, she's been grinding for sure.
Plus working 40 hours a week, plus watching 2 kids, plus cleaning, plus doing everything else that I already do, plus trying to keep this channel be managed. And so I am going to get better this year with my time management, because I realized that I just in a way have to be selfish so that way I can focus on my school, my kids, and this channel. Because you guys, honestly, if you're a friend or a family member who watches it with us every week, or if you're new, you guys mean a lot to me, and I want to be here for you guys too, because you guys are just as important as everyone who's around me every day.
Yeah. And if you're new, welcome to the channel.
Yeah,
like and
welcome.
subscribe. There's going to be more great content to follow up.
Yeah, Cameron's going to be back on his channel soon, so you guys can follow him over there, and then you guys will see him periodically over here. But yeah, so I went to school, and then I decided that for me personally, I just need to go home for a month. And so Cameron helped me drive me and the kids down to Florida, and his mom has this very nice house that is big enough to fit all of us. She's very kind to have a house that accommodates all of us. My parents too, they have a room set up for us anytime that we need to stay there. So I was able to go stay with her for a month and really be able to be close to my school, because my school is in Gainesville, Florida. So just to be close to my school, just in case I needed to get any books or go to the library or do anything, that was very nice. Mm-hmm. And Mordecai, he just loves being in Gainesville, period. On any chance that he gets to go to the University of Florida, he loves it. So we got to take him to the stadium. We got to boil crabs. We got to do a lot of fun things. We, of course, went to Disney World. Yeah. We just went for like one day. Me and my best friend, we went to Universal and rode the new Velocicoaster roller coaster the weekend it opened. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. And then another big life change came that we weren't expecting. My best friend came back with us. So he was in a pretty bad situation. I'm not going to get into it because that's not my business to tell. Right. But the funny thing is, so we drove to Gainesville, and then literally the next morning, we got to Gainesville at probably 6 p.m. And the next morning at 6 a.m. we drove to Orlando, went to Disney World, stayed the night, took him to the airport so he could come back to Delaware. Me and his mom drove back to Gainesville from Orlando, and then a week later I drove to Melbourne to stay with my best friend the night. And then me and him, we drove from Melbourne, Florida to Orlando, and then I took him back to Melbourne, and then I drove back to Gainesville from Melbourne. And then in that time, mind you, this all happened within a week. In that time, he decided that he was going to drive back with us to Delaware to live with us. So he's been living with us since then, and we're grateful to have him here. He's a great help with the kids. Anytime me and Cameron need to go anywhere, he does good at watching the kids, or if Cameron has work and I have work, or I have an appointment and Mordecai has to be brought to school, he's really good about even taking Mordecai to school and stuff. So we're really grateful to have him in the house and stuff. And so we're going to be sad when he does move out, because we know that time is coming to an end very soon. But other than that, the rest of the year was mainly just holidays. We went to Orlando again in September. We dropped the kids off with my parents. Very grateful for them for watching the kids for a weekend, so that way me, Cameron, and my sister, and Cameron's best friend Ethan could go to Halloween Horror Nights. That's been a tradition of ours since we've been together. Yeah. We've only missed 2 years. The first year that we missed, Cameron was at BMT, and then the second year was 2020, and they didn't have it that year, so I don't even count that. But other than that, we've gone every year. We're going this year again, and this is actually Mordecai's first year that he's going, so I'm very, very excited.
He's gonna love it too, because he loves things like that, and like I said, we love going to the parks and stuff like that. So yeah, and Mordecai loves
anything scary movies. We took him to Hollow Scream at Busch Gardens last year, and he wasn't even he was what is this? This is not scary at all.
He wasn't fazed by it at all. He loves stuff like that. He just loves being out, and he laughs at that type of stuff. So
he was walking through the haunted houses going hey, he's just chilling, and he's tall enough now to ride all the big rides at Universal, except for I think the Hulk is the only one that he can't ride. So I'm really excited to let him ride the Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, what else? Rip Ride Rocket, which is Cameron's favorite ride, and the Mummy. Actually, he's rode the Mummy before, huh?
Yeah, he's rode it a couple times, I think.
Okay, so he's rode the Mummy. He just hasn't rode Velocicoaster, which I know he's going to love so much. And so I'm really excited for that. And then what else did we do last year? We had Christmas and Thanksgiving. We were able to go to Florida again for Thanksgiving and spend time with Cameron's family, which was exciting because Cameron hasn't had a Thanksgiving at home
for a while. Just due to military reasons and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and then we always try to like balance things between each of our families so that things are equal. So he just hadn't been home for Thanksgiving at all. So we were able to do that. His brother got married and we were able to attend his wedding, and it was an amazing wedding. Yeah. And I loved watching the kids with their cousins and their aunts and their uncles and their grandparents and stuff. It's just, just nice seeing the kids actually with family versus, not with family. Even though I don't want anyone who is my friends who we treat as family to feel like they're not family, because you guys are 100%. And but it's also nice to see them with their cousins and stuff as well. And then of course we went to Disney World for a week. Big shocker there. Wow, you guys never go there. So we went to Disney World for a week because Mordecai wanted to go to Disney World in 2020 for his birthday, but obviously because of COVID and stuff, we didn't do that because they weren't having the Christmas party in 2020. So we waited to go in 2021, and we ended up still not going to the Christmas party because the Christmas party prices have increased.
Skyrocketed.
Significantly. I think like now it's like $100 and some per person, where it used to be like $60 per person, and it's just like not the same experience. But yeah, what else? And then we took it upon ourselves that we were going to move out of the situation that we were in off base, and we actually now live on base, which is hilarious because a year ago we didn't want to live on base because of the mold, but I was very cautious about moving on base and making sure that this house doesn't have mold, which it wasn't the cleanest when we first moved in, and it did have some problems, but it honestly wasn't as bad as our house off base was. So we've made it, homey for the time being because we are actually moving again. And we're moving anytime between the end of the end of June. Sorry guys, my nose keeps itching. From the end of June until next February. So anytime between the end of June and next February, we're moving back to the state of Florida finally. Thank God. So we haven't done that much. Like I was going to do more, like I was going to get more things to hang on the walls and actually decorate. But then I was like, there's really no point because I'm going to have to take a lot of it down and we don't know if it's going to work in the next place. So there's no point in wasting money and doing that. What else? I feel like I'm leaving some other stuff out. We were supposed to buy a house and build last year. That's actually another reason why I went down in June is because we went house hunting to build and
scoping out a couple.
I am mad at myself because I backed out of. We had picked a house that we were building and a builder and everything, and I backed out of it because I was like, I don't want to spend that much money, and I should have just jumped the gun and did it because now those houses are like $200,000-300,000 more, and so I regret it because we could have really been in a really good area for actually not that bad of a price of a house.
Compared to now, as everyone knows, and just like gas prices, the house market has been skyrocketing as well. So even before, so it's just I should have just did it, but I didn't. But I believe that everything for a reason. Other update, because I know there's a video that I bought a Tesla. So I did sell my Chevy Traverse last July. So literally when we got back from Florida for being there for a month, and my best friend moved in with us, literally like 2 days after I was back, I went and sold my car because of the chip shortage that they were having last year. And I made $2-3 grand pocketed. So they paid off my loan, and then I walked away with the check. And so my plan was to order a Tesla. That was my whole plan. And I ordered a Tesla and I bought one and everything. And literally, me being me, like I said, I am not a decision maker. I changed my mind because I just didn't feel like the Model Y was big enough for us. And the X was more than what I wanted to spend on a car, because the whole point of me getting rid of my Traverse
was to have a cheaper car payment.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a lot of research, and I actually ended up going with a car that I never thought I would buy in a million years, but I got a Hyundai Palisade. So I have a 2022 Hyundai Palisade calligraphy edition. If you guys ever want to look that up, or I can always make a video of it. I like it. It's a pretty good car. It is a lot smaller than the Traverse, but I still have the option of a third row. It has like a lot more tech features than my Traverse had, and it is so much cheaper on gas. Like my Traverse was anywhere from $70 to $80 on gas, and that was before gas prices skyrocketed. In my Palisade, I usually pay anywhere from like $40 to $45. With gas prices being higher, it's only gone up like to like $50-$55. So
yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a difference. So I like it. Cameron still likes the Elantra, even though he wants an inline. That's an inside joke in this house. But yeah, other than that, that's really it. We just wanted to catch you guys up and give you like a rundown of where we've been, and apologize that we went MIA for a while. It was just a very crazy and hectic year, but we do promise that we are going to be posting more this year, and I'm going to stick to that. I have a website that's rolling out. I'm trying to stick more to TikTok as well, so that way you guys can see quicker videos of things that are going on. Yeah. I'm not too good with Instagram, but I will try to dabble in that some as well. Mm-hmm. I'm also donating my eggs this year. This video is already pretty long, so I'll share about that later on, that experience on me doing egg donation to help out a wonderful family that I love so much already. And what else? Yeah, I think that is it. I thank you guys for tuning in. My plan is to at least try to get you guys a video every Tuesday. If there's anything you're interested in or want to see more of, please comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can tune into those videos. I know it's hard to sit here and listen to me talk for nearly almost 30 minutes because I don't like to do that. But I really do appreciate you being here, and I am going to always remember those people that were here from the jump. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, give me some ideas. I'm thinking daily vlogs. I'm thinking family outings. I do want to do a tour of the house. Anything you guys want to see, let me know, and we're going to be here for you. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great Tuesday and a great rest of your week. And we love you guys. Bye.